Right, I fitted my A and M silencer, the Marksman, that I rebored, as you can see. I opened that up a mil from what it was to cope with the 2.5 pellets. I was a little bit worried that they'd clip, and the good news is that they don't clip, and the other good news is that A, it's made it a lot quieter, and B, the point of impact hasn't been altered at all. So I'm really happy about that. So this Priest now is pretty much bang on what I want. The only thing I was looking at, I sometimes find the pistol grip on the Mark II versions a little bit narrow. So I'm considering getting a slightly thicker, wider grip on it, which would be good. Now I looked at Hogan grips, but unfortunately I can't find anyone that sells any in the UK. Brownells can ship them over from America, but that takes forever and a day probably. So I'm going to hang fire with that one for now. But I do want a different pistol grip on this rifle. But as you can see, it looks pretty damn smart. Yes, it adds a lot to the length, but I'm willing to put up with that for the silencing effect. Certainly downrange, a lot quieter now with the that Marksman on there. If you can hear weird squeaking and yelling in the background, don't panic. It's just my I put my ferret hob in with my Jill, with my Jills, so he's currently serving those with the associated squeaking and squawking that goes with it. So that's what that strange noise is in the background, if you can hear it. Yeah, so made up with this rifle now. Really, really smart. It's absolutely perfect for it. Deadens the noise down lovely. And yes, it adds to the length, but in 2.5 cal, I think it just needed that extra bit of hush that this A and M Marksman silencer has provided to it. While I'm on the subject of 0.25 cal, I've got to say this scope's brilliant for 0.25 cal. And because it's got such a curved trajectory, you need to either know your holdovers really well, or like this does, dial them in. And this is really handy because it's a big, chunky scope turret, and it's really got a good grip to it. You know, it doesn't shift once you've set it. And it's got bags of movement as well, because it's a 40mm scope body. You've got loads and loads of vertical movement on the adjuster. So this is actually absolutely perfect for 2.5. And what I've done, I've set it up at 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards and 50 yards. 10-yard intervals. Now it might seem a bit, when you're shooting 177, really you don't need that. You can stretch it out to 20-yard intervals really. But when you're shooting 2.5, because of the trajectory, the curvature, you do need to have your various set points on it. So I'm loving this scope. It's a monster of a thing. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's heavy. And yes, they're damn expensive. They've just brought out a new version of the Crusader, which is the big brother to this scope. And I think it's up for about 2,600 quid or something, which is staggering. And then what they've done, they've moved the parallax from the body of the scope. It's now on the side again. But I don't find any problem with this. I think this is really good and really easy system to use. And it's beneficial as well because you can parallax down so close. It's ridiculous, even on full mag. You know, you can wind the mag up on this to 28 times mag and you can still parallax down to 7 meters. Perfect. So yeah, ideal. A perfect setup for shooting 2.5 cal. Really good. Really made up with this gun. Absolutely lovely. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.